Hello from North Hollywood Metro Station. Today we're not here to ride these buses, or take that subway entrance, or even listen to this guy play Snoop Dogg on his speaker. Instead, we're about to ride the Los Angeles Metro G line. It uses fare gates like a subway, and the station looks like a tram stop, but our ride is a bus. The G line opened in 2005 as Metro's Orange Line. The route follows a path of a former Southern Pacific Rail line and was initially conceived as a Red Line extension. Tensions with surrounding communities led to rail being eliminated from the drawing board, so Metro opted to pave over the right-of-way and turn it into a busway. The G line has proven to be a hit, with pre-COVID ridership exceeding 22,000 people per day. It may be 6 p.m. on a Sunday, but the bus quickly fills up. Boarding occurs through all doors. Soon we're off, running down the median of Chandler Boulevard on a roadway reserved for us. Well, mostly. Sometimes cars get a little confused. And while the bus has space all to itself, the absence of signal priority means riders will find themselves stopping often for red lights. Fortunately, the wide spacing between intersecting streets as well as stations means that buses average about 20 miles per hour, completing their 18-mile run in 52 minutes. After a couple miles, the busway departs the street median and enters its own right-of-way. I'm going to exit at Woodman to show you a typical station. So here we're at Woodman Valley Glen Station. As we can see, the station functions exactly like a rail station. There are bus passes you can buy here. You use a tap card, get into the station, and then you wait at a platform. Beside the busway, there's also a biking trail, offering multimodal options along the corridor. This path continues all the way to the end of the line at Chatsworth Metrolink Station. Let's talk a bit about what makes the G line such a unique bus rapid transit line. When discussing BRT, often the question emerges, why not just build rail instead? There are two kinds of bus rapid transit, and each accomplishes something rail cannot. On-street BRT systems operate much as a regular bus route, with a dedicated transit space provided at minimal impact and cost compared to rail. Such systems can be found in places like Indianapolis, Albuquerque, and Toronto's York region. Conversely, open busway systems allow multiple routes to take advantage of a higher speed roadway while preserving one-seat rides for distant residents. Busways can be found in cities including Pittsburgh and Hartford. Much of LA Metro's J line operates along a route that can be described as an open busway. But the LA Metro G line is unlike either of these types of BRT. It operates along a busway, but is entirely self-contained. Stations are wide, suggesting it would be possible for express services to bypass stops, but today every bus stops at every station. The G line is run exactly like a rail line, and there isn't really a good reason for it to not be one. If LA Metro hadn't faced such significant political opposition during planning, they almost certainly would have chosen to build rail here. Because the articulated buses running along the route have limited capacity, they arrive every 6 minutes throughout much of the day. Conflicts with road traffic have prompted Metro to embark on an improvements project for the line, which will result in crossing gates at most of the intersections and even a pair of grade separations. All of this will prepare the G line for a long-awaited conversion to rail, a project which, despite the improvement works, is still decades away. Until then, passengers will just have to make do with one of the nation's most unusual transit routes. Back at NoHo, the electric bus pulls into a dock to charge before making its next run. The historic station building of the former Southern Pacific and Pacific Electric Railroads is here, but today passengers are instead streaming towards the entrance to the Metro Red Line, the busiest line in the system. The transfer might be a little awkward, but at least there are free connections between subway and buses. After our unusual ride, the regular city buses passing by suddenly seem foreign.